What's up, everybody? We are back with the Magic and Andrew MMA betting show, episode 59. We have UFC Vegas 70, Ryan Spann taking on Nikita Krylov. But before we go into that, we're going to start at the bottom of the prelims, best fight odds order. If best fight odds ever loads for me, there we go. We've got it was going to be Garrett Armfield taking on Jose Johnson. I'm extremely sad that that's not happening. It's going to be Aline Perez taking on Haley Cohen. Cohen opened a decent
Oh,
favorite, closing in towards the pick'em right now. What are your thoughts here?
so you just told me that Johnson pulled out, but I thought it was the other Johnson.
Oh no, Jose Johnson.
So I was going to bet the Jose Johnson, the other fight, the other
Oh,
Johnson. Like I was
Charles.
going to bet that, and I didn't because I thought the fight was cancelled. So thank you very much, Andrew. I have to add that later, maybe. Yeah, I know you. I know you liked Armfield. I was going to pass.
Mm-hmm.
Perez is the opening
Yep.
fight. This is the people's main event, like no doubt. Probably best fight of the card. I mean, I know last time out, I called her fat and pandemonium ensued on Twitter, and it was very fun and all that. I think she has some talent and she looks in shape now. She was fat. I don't care that she got upset or whatever. She was in my DMs like, hey, I'm not fat. She was fat. I don't care what you say. Now she looks in great shape. This is 135. She looks bigger than before, but in shape, muscular. Cowan is a fraud of the highest order, like of the highest order. She absolutely fucking sucks. She has beaten only tomato cans and a girl in contenders that was fucking undersized, and I thought she lost that decision. She got it, but I thought she deserved to lose it. Cowan is like so bad, and Perez, as as much fun as we had, like she did better against Teger than I expected. Honestly, I was never going to say that after that fight, but she did better than I expected. She won a lot of positions, a lot of scrambles. You can see she's very powerful physically and she has power. I think this is going to be like clinch meme pushing in the clinch against the fence for like 4 or 5 minutes, and then Perez is going to brutalize her. This is my biggest spot of the card, like no joke. Eileen Perez army stand up.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not passionate like this on. I'm not passionate on this one like you are, believe it or not. But yeah, I think it'll be pretty close. I do think Cohen's a little bit more put together here. You did make a good point. It does seem like the physique of Perez is different in this fight. I don't know if her looking half decent, if you even want to call it that, against Edgar is a matter of her being good or just like Edgar not being that good. I think we might have overrated her a bit in the past, but I'm just gonna watch this one. I mean, unless the line flips, then I'd have to get involved with Cohen. But as a
Well,
favorite, I'm happy to pass. I make her a slight favorite here.
she's going to brutalize her. Like I'm pretty convinced about this that she's going to brutalize her. This guy said Cowan is a can crusher. What does that make Perez? Perez looked all right against Teger for a long time, and she beat this girl that just won by a spinning kick in the UFC. Like she beat the shit out of her. Who has Cowan beat? She lost against this midget. Everybody knows the fix was in because Dana told the judges that she needed this blonde girl in the UFC. This is going to be like classic exchange student in Buenos Aires goes out with her new watch or something, and some ghetto thug beats her up against the wall. That this is this fight.
That's an insane comparison. But glad that we
this, this guy said Perez hit him with the news or something, bro. When she got in my DMs, I didn't say this before. I think it was a pic in the beginning, and I was like, no fucking way, I don't want to open this. But it was a pic of her at Wiggins, and she was like, is this fat? Is this fat? She was so upset.
that's
And she's a
funny.
nice girl. I hope she wins, all bets aside.
Yeah, missed doing it last week, but we are back here. Yeah, we'll touch on that one after the show. Rafael Alves taking on Nurulo Aliev. I don't have a strong opinion on this one. If I had to bet a side here, it would be Alves, but I don't trust his cardio. He's not too much of a minute winner. He has some finishing upside. He just it's kind of fights kind of crazy. He has a good guillotine. Um, Aliev, I'm not really sold on as a prospect yet. He hasn't really fought anyone. Seems like a decent wrestler, but I'm curious to see how he looks against step up in competition. I'm picking him to win from a betting side. I would bet Alves here if I had to, but nothing at the moment. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, Aliev, I don't think he's good. I don't know why he's this price. He's like a super Walmart Habib Nurmagomedov. Like he tries to look the same and to talk the same. This is a complete fraud. Like this is the archetype of a fraud. Like someone trying to be Habib Nurmagomedov. He has beat people that are like meh. He has looked just average against a lot of people. Some were like semi decent in the Russian circuit, but he has been in a couple bad positions and he beat a guy out of a fucking farm in contenders. I bet the guy out of the farm. It was an insane number because I don't think Aliev. What are you doing, bro?
Fixing my hair.
Do you think you are Gervonta like with this? I like Alves here. I bet him by finish. Like he almost beat Ismagulov, and he had an honest fight with Dober for a couple rounds. That was probably 1919 when he got hit to the body. Like he's on all the use. It's insane how he moves. The Drew Dober fight, I have not seen something like that in my fucking life. Like someone moving like that. That was ridiculous. And he has a killer guillotine, and this guy is going to shoot like 75 times.
Great.
This is a must. Like, what is the worst thing that can happen? That this guy doesn't get guillotined and controls on top for 15? I don't know. I think we have to take the quitter here.
Take the quitter. All right, I like it. So far, two good breakdowns. I'm happy with how this is going so far. Joe Selecki versus Carl Deaton. Selecki probably a justified big favorite here, in my opinion. Like he should be fine just grappling Deaton. He's a good grappler. Had a couple not so favorable matchups, kind of some bad fight IQ, in my opinion. But I think he should be fine here against Deaton. What do you think?
Solek is going to roll this guy. Come on, if he doesn't submit this guy, put him out of the UFC.
Yeah,
This is a gift. He lost his last fight. I think that guy got screwed, and he's a good fighter, and he got cut after. That was a fucking joke. He almost got killed too, but he should be fine here. Like Solek is like a 6-1 favorite. You have to take him inside or by sub. He should dominate really. Like Solek, if he can get his entries and get you down, he's going to beat you. But if you can keep him up and strike with him, he sucks. But here he's going to get his entries and dominate this guy on top. His jiu-jitsu is legit. He has like a powerball jiu-jitsu. He's very technical, but he's like he has a monster upper body. He's good.
Yeah, he should be fine here. Charles Johnson. This fight is happening. Charles Johnson versus Ode Osborne. Do you like anything for this one?
I was thinking about betting Johnson by knockout. I think it's going to be on him. I mean, Osborne is an under machine. I could see him landing something crazy early, but if not, Johnson volume probably wins the day. I was thinking about Johnson by knockout. I didn't bet it because I thought the fight was off. I don't know if I'm going to bet it or not. I will have to think about it, but I think Johnson knocks him out mid to late, or at least does enough to get 2 rounds. As long as he doesn't play a stupid distance fight and just fights his usual self, he should be fine because he's a stupid durable.
Yeah, I like Osborne here a bit. I get why Johnson's the favorite. I just think this is a little bit too much. I think Osborne has a lot of athletic advantages here. Excuse me. If anyone has wrestling upside, it's him, even just to mix in a couple takedowns, which could play a factor in close rounds. But both of them, I think, could finish the fight. I think Osborne has a better shot to finish early, Johnson late. Cardio is like the one spot I'd give Johnson a sizable advantage in. But that being said, Osborne did outland Vergara over 3 rounds. He's proven he can win decisions before. If you look back at some of his losses, like the Kelleher fight was at 135. The last fight, he kind of just got randomly killed in a fight he was completely controlling. So I don't know. MMA Twitter loves Charles Johnson for whatever reason. Like I think he's a decent fighter. I just think this fight should be more like a pick'em. So I'm on Osborne as an underdog here. We'll see what happens.
I mean, maybe you're right, but I strongly disagree with him having wrestling upside. I'm like super confident he's not going to keep Johnson down.
I don't think he's going to keep Johnson down either, but I think in a fight where it could be pretty close, a couple takedowns could swing rounds. And Osborne is a pretty good wrestler. But Johnson does have, to your point, Johnson does have good get-ups. He's not easy to control on the ground. I just think in a round where each guy lands 15 strikes, if someone's land, even if it only swings swings around 5%, 10%. Like, it definitely makes a difference in a fight like this.
I mean, Thumagulov did it, and Johnson still won somehow.
Yeah, he won. But that's my point. Is like Zumagulov should have won that fight. But yeah, we'll see. I think it'll be. This is one I'm interested in from a fan perspective as well, just to see how it goes. Victor Martinez taking on Jordan Levitt. This is maybe my strongest opinion of the card, but I like Victor Martinez here. I don't think that Levitt's going to be able to grapple him. I think Victor Martinez, better volume on the feet, better striker as a whole. Finishing upside. I like the way he defended takedowns on Contender Series. I liked his get-ups. He does give his back to get up sometimes, but he tries to get up real quick, doesn't hang out on bottom, and Levitt doesn't really put in legs from the top. Levitt, some of the worst competition of a UFC fighter. I mean, like, his wins are like Matt Sales, the guy who'd he slam on his back in 10 seconds? I don't know. Who did Jordan Levitt slam on the ground? Matt Wyman.
Yeah, the leader of the free world.
Yeah, the leader.
The original one.
So normally I'd be a little bit reluctant to play guys coming off the Contender Series, but I don't even think their level of competition is that different. Levitt's fought some of the worst UFC guys. He lacks physicality. I think Victor Martinez is the clear favorite here. What do you think about this fight?
Yeah, I bet Levitt inside. I think he's going to submit him. I mean, the price is the same, but this guy is not good, Victor Martinez. He fucking sucks on the ground, and he fought Jacob Rosales, who fucking sucks too. Like, in all the respect, I'm talking UFC level, okay? I appreciate all the fighters putting their lives on the line, but this is not UFC level, bro. I think Levitt can get takedowns, and if he wins, it means he's on top, because his shitty leg kicks are not winning the fight here, most likely. Yeah, and I really don't like this guy. I bet him because I think he's going to get a submission. He's an awkward guy. Have you seen this podcast he did, David?
No.
I forgot who was like being the main guy on the pod, but he was like the guest, I think. And he said a lot of people think you are gay or something like that, and he just explained for like 15 minutes how he wasn't gay. Like, he's the most awkward guy ever. I don't know. Everybody knows, bro. Just embrace it. He could be a star. It's going to be him or Adesanya, the first one to come out, right? Bro, you can steal the spotlight from Mr. Tits. Yeah, why not do it? But he has a family and everything. He's still not fooling me.
Okay. Anyway, like, I don't know. I just feel like Levitt's not a very good wrestler at all. He only has a 28% takedown accuracy in the UFC.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like Martinez's defensive grappling, correct me if I'm wrong, but when I watched his regional tape, I was like, okay, his defensive grappling doesn't seem that good, but I feel like as time went on, he progressively got better.
But he fails a lot of attempts, but he's like a man of sheer will and commitment, bro. He gets that single leg, puts his forehead on your dick and grinds. He's going to get this guy down, I think.
Yeah, but even if he does get him down, he doesn't really put in legs from top. That to me, that's what sold it for me.
He's a tricky grappler. Levitt. I don't like his grappling, but he's a tricky grappler, and I don't think this Victor Martinez guy has a lot of grappling at all.
I say this all the time about guys who are like 40 coming off a layoff, but when a guy who's younger does it, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. He's definitely been training. Yeah, and I mean, I'm not confident enough to like make him minus 400 here. I'm just betting him as an underdog, which we see people taking 1.5 year layoffs all the time in this sport. So I wouldn't look too much into that.
Like Colby.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming up on a year from having a dominant win in the top
from taking a loss in the streets of Miami.
Oh, is he? Someone check how many views they're getting. Come on, the hell are they thinking? Just kidding. I'm kidding. We love them. Watch their show as well. But in the meantime, Jasmine Jasudavicius is taking on Gabriela Fernandez. Do you like anything here?
I really didn't want to look at tape about this. Honestly, I did it.
Did you? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I did it. Fernandez is like she looks like a man, like physically. If not for that ass, she looks like a man. Big shoulders, big back, and long hair. Okay, I watched the long hair. I was like, okay, it's a woman, but she's built like a man. Hits hard, very good body kicks, but she can be taken down. And Jasudavicius, I think she's like average, but she has a ton of heart, and she will try to wrestle, and maybe she can get top 10. So I don't know. I'm passing. I'm going to pick Fernandez, but Yasuda Vicious may get it doing. May get it done. She has a lot of grit, man. She's a real fighter.
Yeah, I like to shoot a vicious here. I haven't bet it yet because it seems like the line's going up, but I didn't like the way Fernandez looked off her back in her regional tape. She gave up. She didn't face a ton of takedowns, but when she did, she went right to her back. Spent a lot of time on the back position. To shoot a vicious, I think we're maybe getting a discount on her here because of the Natalia Silva fight. But I mean, tell me if you agree with this. I think Natalia Silva is a legit prospect. Like I think she's a good
Yeah,
contender.
she's good. She's not as good as people are acting like she is, but she's good. You know what I mean? People are acting like she's the second coming of Jesus Christ, like K1 Lumpine Stadium kickboxing champion with I don't know with Gordon Ryan Jiu Jitsu. She's not that, but she's good, and she
Yeah.
looks good, which goes a long way in women's
Mhm.
MMA.
I think that this is a significant step down from that. Like Jasuda Vicious beat Hansen, beat Pilastri, who I think are
Yeah,
both like
but
mid-tier fighters. I get that Hansen fight was up in weight, but I don't know. I feel like those girls are competent enough grapplers that you have to at least put some weight into it. Like the fact that Jasuda Vicious controlled Hansen for 6 minutes. She took down Pilastri 4 times, controlled her for 8 minutes. I do think she's going to get takedowns here. It's going to be ugly on the feet. She's not a good striker by any means, but to your point, she has heart. She's going to come forward. She's going to keep attempting takedowns. I think she's going to get them. I favor her to get it done here.
yeah, if not, she's going to get beat up if she doesn't
Yeah,
get on top.
definitely. No, Fernandez is a better striker.
Who is
Oh,
Fernando?
wow. It's time for the main event. Trevor Peek taking on Eric Gonzalez. Did you have any bets on this one?
Yeah, I parlayed pick inside the distance. I'm embarrassed in this, ashamed of myself, but how is this Gonzalez guy going to win this? Like he's a first order bomb, bro. No disrespect again, but what is this guy doing in the UFC? Because he looks like a civilian and he fights slightly better. Like,
I think
bro,
great.
he was. I mean, everybody saw Alexander Hernandez versus Jim Miller, right? Jim Miller put this guy out cold with a left hand, like cold. She like became a basketball. She collapsed on himself like this, boom, death. And then she fights McKinney and gets like pot shotted for 5 minutes or whatever and submitted. Come on, man. This big guy, like a prime Neanderthal shit. Like he's on the spectrum 100%, but he has that brute strength, bro. His grappling is horrible, but fucking sheer will, bro. He hits very hard. He's difficult to control. Somebody's going to eventually abuse him in the UFC grappling wise, and he's very hittable. But he look it looks like he takes a stupid shot and he hits very hard. The pace is ridiculous. I think eventually he hits Gonzalez very hard, and that's the fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not high on Trevor Peek by any means. I'm not I'm not high on Eric Gonzalez. I feel like either one of these guys could finish the fight, but I trust Peek's cardio more, so I do agree with him being favorite. I could not lay this kind of price on him. He's defensively void, hittable. I mean, his wins
But
aren't over good people. I mean, he had that random win over not Chaos Williams,
Kamaworthy. What do you mean
Kamaworth.
random, bro? Kamaworthy cannot take a punch. This guy hit him and he died.
Yeah, but it seemed like Worthy was doing fine there until he wasn't. But I don't know.
Bro,
I'm
that's
not
that's what
happy.
pick does, bro. He gets you confident until the Neanderthal attack comes, and then you are done.
Yeah, and it might work here. I actually think it will work here, but I'm just not getting involved with this. It was funny. I looked into this fight before the odds came out, and I was like, oh, hopefully there'll be a good price on the under, and the under 1.5 is like minus 185. So I was like, damn. But
I
yeah,
think it's going to go over.
could. Yeah, I could. But both these guys very liable to die. I'm picking Peak though.
Bro, pick inside is like minus 130 or something like that. 100% knockouts. Come on, man.
Sure.
Yeah, this was one of my favorite contender episodes. Andrew doesn't watch fucking contenders, but this was great, and his interview was great too. Like prime spectrum.
Next up, Mike Mallet taking on Johan Lainez. What do you got for this one?
I'm passing here. The price on Malot is insane every time, bro. This is going to be a brawl, most likely. First to the target wins it. I mean, Malot is the way better grappler. Lainez may be stupid enough to shoot into a guillotine or something, but I was like, maybe Malot inside, but I'm not willing to pay that price. He's 32. He's not all that. I think he's the much better fighter in terms of talent and I don't know technical ability, but It's going to probably be a brawl. And Lainez is a solid hitter for like 8-9 minutes. I don't know. I'm passing. I have nothing here.
Yeah, I have nothing here either. I think Matt has a clear grappling path, but
Yeah,
I
but he
don't like
doesn't.
striking. Yeah, if he does it, I don't like his striking much. I do think he's a little bit better than Lainez, but Lainez is a weird one too. Like he kind of just either gasses or fights too timid. It seems like he hasn't really been able to figure it out.
Yeah,
Mallet,
MMA. You mean he hasn't figured out MMA, right?
yeah,
He's not good, bro. There's nothing wrong with saying someone is not good, Andrew. This is
no,
episode
I
what?
agree. I agree, but I'm more so saying like he hasn't figured out how to manage his cardio. Like he either just gasses or he fights too timid. I mean, those are his two UFC fights. Like he gassed against Gabe Green because he went for the knockout early, and then in his last fight he fought real timid, and it was just kind of like a weird decision where no one really did anything, where he was kind of
I mean,
lucky to get
I
it.
mean,
You know what I mean?
that was a robbery. Like, no
Yeah, I
disrespect,
thought Weeks
but
won.
that was a robbery, like clear one in my opinion. And I didn't have anything on the decision, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I didn't either. Say no disrespect. Yeah, no disrespect. The return, Tatiana Suarez taking on Montana De La Rosa. I am high on Suarez's skill set as everyone is, but she's
We are
coming off a
losing you.
really long layoff. How about now?
Yeah, now it's all right.
Okay, let me know. I was just gonna say that I'm high on Suarez's skill set, just like everyone else's,
Now
but
it's
she's
not all right.
all right. Hang on.
I can go first if you want.
Yeah, go first.
Yeah, I don't understand why people are rushing to bet Tatiana minus 800 because if you take her inside. In my opinion, Andrew's gone. Now this show finally it's great. Oh, he's back. If you take Tatiana, you have to take her inside because you are banking on her getting on top and mauling her, which what he has done to everyone pretty much. I didn't think he looked good against Nina Ansarov, then Nina Ansarov, now Nina Nunes. But if you take her inside, it's like plus 130, and doesn't go is like plus 105, plus 110. So doesn't go is 100% the move. I took some knockout too. I think Montana is a competent grappler, but she can kind of turtles up when she's in bad positions, things like that. And Tatiana Suarez is a bad bitch, man. Like she wants to hurt people. When she gets on top and gets a dominant position, elbows are raining down, punches are raining down. Like she's bad. I don't. Do you like her like as a character?
Like as a person,
Yeah, I don't like her. I think she's fake.
I don't really have much of an opinion. I don't really know much about her, honestly.
Yeah, she's dating Patsy Mix, who also looks like a complete shithead. Did you know?
No, I didn't know that.
Mix from Bellator, bro. And then she used to date another guy that I saw sucker punch someone in an MMA fight. So yeah,
That's
I think I'm in the right direction here. Like, yeah, that's exactly my type of fighter. You bet on someone by knockout. You want someone that wants to hurt people, like all bad feelings. Sorry for Montana. She's a nice girl. She has been a money train in some spots, but unless Tatiana's knees blow up or something, or she's completely washed, she should get on top, no problem here, and smash her.
Yeah, you pretty much said everything I was going to say. It'll be interesting to see what she looks like at this point because when she was fighting, she was dominating good grapplers and just
Yeah,
looking like she was fast tracked to a title shot. But she said she's going to go down to 115. I don't know about that. We'll see after this
she was
fight.
a big girl already, and now
Yeah.
she's older. And but don't you? Everybody loves Tatiana, like as a fighter. I mean, but everybody talks about her like she's a 15-time world champion in the UFC that's coming back to win her fourth belt. It's kind of crazy. Like she may just lose to someone good.
Could, yeah. I mean, we'll see. It's hard to know right now, at least for me. Dontel Mays taking on Augusto Sakai. I have nothing here. I feel like Mays looked really bad in his last fight, but the fight before, he almost looked like a different fighter. He looked really good. 2 fights ago looked bad. Last fight, I kind of don't really know what to expect here. Sakai coming off 4 losses in a row. He does have holes in his grappling. He should be the better striker here. This one is so tough to call for me. I want nothing to do with it from a betting perspective. If you put a gun to my head, I'd pick Sakai, but there's no gun to my head, luckily. So I'm passing here. Do you have any strong opinions?
Yeah, this is disgusting. Like this is a disgusting fight. I don't want to watch this. I have no action. I'm going to pick Sakai, but he's 0-4 in his last four. All loses by knockout. Some were, I mean, some most of them against good people, honestly. But yeah, I mean, his body fat should allow him to take don't tail early body kicks, and then it's all Sakai. If that goes well, it's all Sakai. If his body fat works, it's Sakai night. He should outwork him. Really, this is probably not going to the ground. Yeah, Sakai should win. Maybe he's completely shop worn and done. I don't think so. I think he's going to win, but I want nothing to do with this. I'm
Yeah.
going to be either watching Bellator or making food.
Hopefully you're making something good. Co-main event time. Andre Muniz taking on Brendan All In Allen. Do you have anything here?
Yeah. Muñiz is another guy that, I mean, he's obviously a superb jiu-jitsu player. Like, he's amazing grappler. But everybody acts like he's the second coming of Jesus Christ, unbeatable, Adesanya is running from him. First of all, Malkoun would put this guy in a body bag. Don't you think so? Like, what is this guy going to do to Malkoun? Single leg, single leg, single leg, 75 times, 30-27 to the back. But coming back to this fight, Allen is a very, very good jiu-jitsu player. I don't think Muñiz is going to submit him early. Could happen. Muñiz is like incredible jiu-jitsu, but I don't think he's going to rear naked choke him or something unless he gets an armbar. He's a fucking I don't know how he does it, but he's a fucking magician with the armbar. He has hit some like fucking sick armbars. The one on Jacare was insane. The one on Eric Anders was insane. But if Allen is alive after 5 minutes, I think this is his fight to lose. Muñiz has been knocked out a lot of times. He's super hittable. He slows down considerably. His last fight against Uriah Hall, I think, is a good look for Allen here. I like Allen. Allen props. Yeah. Maybe a good life entry too after 5 minutes. I'm taking the shot on the dog here.
Yeah, I was just going to say a live entry on Allen seems like a good plan of attack here. If Muniz gets a takedown early and Allen's able to get back to his feet without getting submitted, I think he's probably going to be like plus 250, maybe more, depending on how long Muniz holds him down. And if Muniz is shooting and can't get him down, I think it's a good sign to go on Allen then. So I kind of like a live entry here better than a pre-bet, just because I feel like Muniz can get him down. I bet 3 fights, and I talked about all of them. I like Desuda Vicious. I like Victor Martinez. I like Ode Osborne.
Who is this guy?
I don't know.
Never seen this guy. I have elephant memory. Never seen this guy.
What's the issue here? I'm confused. I have 3 bets, and we've talked about like 10 fights. I feel like that's pretty normal. But anyway, yeah, I think a live entry on Allen's probably a decent look. I'm picking Muniz to win, but I think the line is wide. I just personally would rather see how it's playing out in the beginning to kind of get a feel for it before taking a live bet now. And like, it's one of those weird fights where Muniz could submit him in like 2 minutes. I think it could look like a big fair. I think if it gets past, right, it could happen that way. But if it gets past that point, I think he's not going to look like a big favorite.
We can hear you, but you look like shit. Yeah, I think if Muñiz gasses and Allen gets on top, he's going to fucking ruin him. Unless he gets a meme armbar, a meme armbar.
What do you think about the main event?
Yeah, great fight. This shouldn't be a main event. Like, yeah, this is my C or another C. This is another C, right?
Different, yeah.
Why is this 5 rounds like this? They are not going to need 3. They are probably not going to need 1. Very good fight, but I think, I mean, this is an awkward fight to handicap, honestly. Krylov probably, not probably, he has the grappling upside. I think that in terms of wrestling, he has the wrestling upside for sure. And probably, I don't know about punching power, but striking in the sense of technique, but it's going to be an awkward fight. Spann is an orthodox striker, but very powerful, both hands. Both are fucking gigantic, like heavyweights. Like it's insane how big they are. They are heavyweights. And Krylov has an insane ability to get submitted, and Spann has an insane ability to get people's necks. So this feels like a must. I mean, Krylov has a chin advantage for sure. Like he's more durable, but but I like Spann by submission. It's a big number. I feel like you have to take it. If he dies, he dies. I think Krylov maybe tries to wrestle early, and that's going to be his undoing if he does. I think he should strike.
Yeah, that's a good breakdown. I'm not in the city. That's why why my Wi-Fi isn't great today. I'm picking Krylov, but like you said, Spann's dangerous early. I think what warrants, or I should say, the reasoning behind Krylov being favored here, I think he just pushes through adversity so much better than Spann. Like Spann seemed like Spann seem like he wanted out against Anthony Smith.
I mean, Spann is a 2-round fighter.
Yeah, if
Yeah, but
that
but
one and a
Krylov
half.
Krylov is historically a 2-round fighter too. He somehow grinded Walker and then grinded this other guy. Who was it? He had a good fight against Ankalaev, but historically he's a front runner.
Yeah, but I feel like he pushes through it better than Spann does.
Yeah, but if he proposes that type of fight, that is going to fall into Spann's style of fight. I think into tricky, get down, into get up, into your neck is here, your neck is there, and now you are fucked. Like he did Kutelava. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's a weird fight. I'm picking Krylov. I don't really want anything to do with it from a betting perspective. Both guys could win. Both guys could finish early. I think a finish is likely.
Deep inside.
Under 2.5, like minus 300 here. So a finish is very expected, but I'm going to go with Krylov.
Andrew Gombas, enemy of the people, picking against me here. Is
Yeah,
there nothing
I'll be rooting for you. I'm not betting it. I'll be rooting for you.
Where are you?
Florida.
Is there nothing at that house? Like this is where you store all the cocaine and the weapons?
No, I have no cocaine.
How do you call that in English? Piso Franco? Like the base?
No comment. What do you have for Lambo parlay?
I didn't make one yet. I'm
didn't
losing
either.
a lot of accounts. I've been tweeting about it, so I didn't even remember to do one. I'm going to do one right now. It's going to be to win 10,000 because that's the limit in this book. They don't let me bet to win more than 10,000. Let's go.
Yes, I will. I will be there. Safe house.
Yeah. That was what I was trying to say. The safe house.
Like in Sopranos. Like the last.
Go first. I have to put this in, please.
I'm making mine too. I don't have any props, so it's gonna be just an all money line.
Paul versus Fury is a no war fight. I'm not sure what I'm going to bet.
I
Like Fury is a legit ban, and Paul is not a boxer.
This parlay is gonna go crazy.
He's going to go like Yasuda Vicious to win.
Yeah,
Trevor Pick to win. Oh, there are not a lot of props here, so oof. Okay, this is going to hit. Oh, come on.
All right, I think I'm ready.
Okay, I got it.
You go.
To win 10K. Tatiana Suarez by knockout, Brendan Allen by knockout, and Ryan Spann by submission. 33.85 to win 10,000, 33.25. 85. It's to win 10K. Suarez knockout, Allen knockout, Spann submission to win 10K. Like the pro said, not the amount, to win 10K.
All right. Keep in mind, I don't have any props here, so I'm going with the under in the Selecki fight. I think he'll submit him early. I'm going with Brendan Allen. I'm going with Martinez and Jasuda Vicious. Under and Peak. Under and Osborne and Haley Cohen. 100 to win 20,000. It's not my proudest one ever, but I'm
This guy said Haley Cohen. Haley Cohen, really? So Eileen is going to put the fear of what into her.
Now this Bellator card sucks. I have a couple bets, but I think
I'm going to have bets. I have not bet yet, but I'm not going to tell them. Huh. This guy said bet on Peter Quilly. This guy is not trustworthy.
No, I do.
No, I mean the guy that said it. Peter Quilly is all right.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Peter Quilly should be favored, but I think Carvalho is going to get killed here. I took Kennedy at early odds. I think he's going to kill Carvalho. That's my biggest position on the
Bro,
card.
Mats Burnell needs to go to prison. He's my guy,
Yeah,
but
that's
I don't
crazy.
know what the fuck happened there. Like, that was insane.
Mhm.
Peter Quilly should be retired, bro. He's 38. Benson Henderson should be in jail too for not finishing that fight. This is a good boxer, Subriel Matias. And yeah, he killed someone.
Yeah, it's a day card. It's a Saturday day card.
I mean, it just starts like 10 p.m. or something. Yeah, not too bad.
Oh yeah, for you.
Yeah, it was a good stoppage. Like I mean, have you seen this knockout?
No.
It was like a world championship, small guys in boxing, and Lara was the like 3-1 favorite, and Booth was doing all right, but he got hit with a left hook, and he was done, like done. There was 10 seconds left in the round. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the trainer threw in the towel. There were only 10 seconds, but he was out of it. People are arguing about it, but ridiculous. If he keeps fighting, he would have been seriously hurt.
Yeah.
It was a good stoppage in my opinion.
Hopefully Ryan Garcia's corner is willing to throw in the towel.
Gervonta is going to prison, bro. I don't think they are fighting.
They're fighting, and then he's going to prison. He's gonna get double
like Mike Tyson.
He's gonna go to jail. He's gonna get a double sentencing. He's gonna get his charge that he already has pending, and then he's gonna get a charge against Ryan Garcia too. The Storley fight's awkward. I don't know. I don't have much of an opinion there. I taped the first fight. Amasov is like a better striker, and Storley just sells out for wrestling, and Amasov's kind of hard to grapple, but Story didn't really get anything going until the third round in that fight, and even then, he seemed like they both seemed kind of gassed.
They were dying. It was ridiculous, the pace. Like, they were dying round 3. If they have to go 2 more, imagine that time. Imagine.
Well, I actually was going to say, because of that, I feel like the under 4.5 being plus money might be a little bit of value. Plus 160.
I think Amosov is going to win. Like, that guy is the truth. Really good fighter.
Yeah.
What he did to my boy Lima, that was depressing, bro.
Yeah,
I really thought Douglas was the best welterweight in the world at some point, but he couldn't prove it against no Nisus, man.
I'm like 8 out of 10 excited for Jones' return.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, like 7 or 8 out of 10. I'm like excited, but he's put on boring fights recently. Like, this fight's probably going to be boring too. What happens if
Jake Paul is a huge guy. I don't know if people realize.
I think
Topuria will probably beat him. Like, Topuria must be like 170 out of camp. Probably more than 170. I was told he's like 180. I think that's a lot, but it's not really crazy. I'm like 170 something, and that guy's more. I mean, he's shorter than me, but he's fucking built. Yeah, Jones is going to pull out, right? I mean, he has a week, still to like run over a pregnant woman or something. It's a ton of time to commit some felony.
That's a good point.
To get in a brawl with some school kids, or he probably innovates here. It's not going to be a repeatable offense. It's some new one. He has like hitting a pregnant woman with a car. When he beat his wife, I don't know if that was a felony. What was the other one? Great guy, John Jones. God is always giving him his toughest battles.
I don't remember.
Like, he breaks every law, and then he's like, Jesus is giving me his toughest battles here. He thinks he's Jesus, bro. Fighting Jesus out of Albuquerque.
What else you got?
Yeah, if you have some questions or something. Man, I can't wait until the NFL is back already.
You got a ways to go.
Yeah. I think Topuria will beat Jake Paul in a boxing match. Jake Paul 30 pounds on him. Yeah, he's a bum. I mean, I think Topuria will kill Bootley in a boxing fight, and they had a competitive fight the first time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. That's a tough one for me. I feel like the size is probably too much.
But Topuria is special, and Bootley doesn't throw punches.
That's true.
But stop asking about following cards. We say it. We say it every episode. You can try, but you are not going to get an answer. But
I just
like,
answered. I also just answered this like 5 minutes ago.
this can't possibly be the guy writing, right? No, I know this is a Shrek. I'm in the other one.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, the next cards this month, couple months are really good.
This is the type of question we're looking for.
I think I don't know, man. I think William Knight probably kills him. But if he doesn't throw a punch, what if Mugabe just volume kicks him for a decision? Like Pragnio. I think people disrespect Mugabe a lot. I have seen people making fun of him on Twitter about his grappling and everything. That's a huge man. He will probably kill all of you, like suffocate you into crying and, and calling your mama. He's huge. He must be like 250, and he's relatively in shape. He's probably more than 250.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
He will beat Justin Tafa.
That's fine.
Yeah, I just said, don't ask about following fights. Do you guys think Oliveira versus Darius is 50-50? Oh.
We'll talk about the following cards when they come.
Well, if you don't have any more questions, shoot your shot. I need to talk with Andrew about big vacation.
He was.
Yeah, that was top autistic post when he posted the shit. One of my favorite posts ever on Twitter. No, but I mean, what do you want me to do? I know I have some candidates, but I cannot go and slap someone. What do you think this is? I don't know, Nigeria or what? I got back all my cards, so whatever. And the how is this called in English? Like if you have an accident, they pay. The insurance, yeah, the insurance has to give me the money, so whatever. I was upset that I had to make a new identity card, new all that. That sucks.
What was your question? I must have missed it.
What's a worst watching experience, Magic? Soccer with English commentary or MMA with Spanish? MMA with Spanish, for sure.
I missed that one. Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, 100%. Like soccer with English commentary is not that bad. Like they are, the dick riding is crazy for English teams, but if it is like the European League or something, it's all right.
That's it. Come on, guys. Throw us a like. It's not that much to ask.
Yeah, like since it's free, maybe we do like if this doesn't get this number of likes, we don't do it anymore and fuck off.
Yeah, I think for next week, what do we normally get? Let me look at our last video.
Like 200 or some bullshit, and there are like 4,000 people watching it. You'll fucking suck. Fucking poors. Likes that don't cost money. People are acting like a like is $5.
Let's see.
Yeah, that real bet was insane. You should have tailed that, Andrew.
Last was a pay-per-view card, and it was $350. Well, we should have 500. Like, why not?
Right? Like, you just sounded like Conor McGregor on all the code. We live bet Real yesterday live plus 2,000, Andrew. Easy money.
That's serious.
Is Gombas making the trip for UFC Spain? Per sources, he's coming before UFC Spain.
I'll come if there's like a big Spain card. I might make the trip.
There's a big event too.
Just tough getting over to that part of the world.
Like this is the first world. You all act like you are the first world, but this is the first world. Like I can go to get groceries and I don't have to get into a shootout with some gang. Do you know
That's
what I mean? I don't have to carry a knife.
all right. I'm ending it after this. Dude, you have like an issue with me or something today. You've made like 4 or 5 comments like
He's
negative.
a troll.
I don't get it. Like I
I
don't know.
know this guy. He's a nice guy, but
Yeah,
he's a
no, I
troll.
know, but I don't know like what it is today. He's like ragging on me, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Bro, every like
I think it's
every foreigner says the fucking same fucking stupid shit. Oh, Barcelona, Barcelona, fuck Barcelona. Okay,
the best city there, hands down. I don't know anything about him.
what is a Swiss nation?
I don't know. I think
This is this guy from Twitter with the
yeah, I think it's I don't know
yeah,
anything
but
about
I blocked that guy 75 years ago. I think he's an idiot.
I think we gave him right. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about Alexander Hernandez. Magic fought that choke off
Bro,
mentally.
I was like super drunk on Saturday, okay, but I knew it because it was the first fight on the main card. I knew at 1 a.m. it was going to be on, so I was like, okay, 1 a.m. guys, I'm going to get out of here for like 15 minutes or less, like John Anik says, 15 minutes or less of action. So I go out, I put out the phone. I was already like 6 or 7 drinks in, bro. I started watching the fight, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I had no idea what was going on. I swear to God, I could only like see like properly when there was something big, like when Hernandez was using those Muay Thai knees, like charging in with a knee. I was like, oh, he hit him. After 5 minutes, my drunk self was a little bit worried that Alexander was going to kind of quit, but wow, mega chat, bro. He put it on Miller. Like following day, I actually watched the fight and I thought he looked amazing. I
Yeah,
mean, Miller is 39 and all that, but he took a fucking beating. I don't know how he survived all three. Like
yeah,
he was putting a beat down on him, and people are like, oh, Jim Miller 1-3. People were scoring that fight for Miller. Like what the
that's
fuck?
crazy.
First round maybe, but second and third round were like a lot of damage.
I thought he
If
won all 3.
yeah,
Isn't it
kind of.
funny? Isn't it funny watching fights drunk? You like really don't know what's going on.
Bro, it was insane. When he got his back, I was watching with a friend that came out, and when he
Yeah,
got his back, I was like, "There is no fucking way Alexander Hernandez is going to lose this in the last minute by a rear naked choke." I was like, "Don't tap, bro." He was like dying, with Miller
yeah.
was like,
I thought he was like.
he
I
was
thought he
like,
was.
and I was like, "Don't tap, motherfucker, don't tap." But then he reversed and ground and pound. He has that dog in him again, bro. This
Yeah.
may be the beginning of something. They ain't believe in us. God did. New contract, bro. 4 fights. Watch out. I think the Elkins fight has to happen.
Which one?
Darren Elkins.
Damn, like yeah, that's the one, dude. It's funny. I don't drink anymore, but when I did, I would. Do you remember the first Colby Usman fight? Obviously, was like really back and forth.
Yeah, but that was a tough one to watch drunk, I think.
So I was standing there. I was like at a club, and I was just sitting in the corner on my phone watching that fight, and I was so into it. But I was like convinced that Colby was like winning on every card going into the 5th. And so when he got finished, I was like, no, no, no. And I just like left, and I was so pissed off. Like I went home. Like it was so funny, dude.
But the only other fight I've watched like super drunk was the Joel Alvarez versus Charukian fight.
That sucked.
The one that he broke his rib or whatever. But watching it, I watched the fight and okay, I was like, okay, he lost or whatever. Like, I didn't watch the fight in reality. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, he got pounded out or something, and then I watched the fight the following day, and I'm like, holy shit, this was a murder.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
watched the. This is true though. I never smoke. Like I maybe smoke once a year or something, like doing stupid shit with my guys. But
Mhm.
I watched. It was. Storley has fought the black guy. That guy that was Ed
MVP?
Ruth. Ed Ruth.
Oh, Ed Ruth.
He fought
No,
Storley, right?
no, they wrestled a few times.
He fought someone and they went to a decision in Bellator. Ed Ruth.
Yeah, MVP, Michael Venom Page.
No, Ed Ruth. I'm going to tell you which is exact
It's not
fight.
Ed Ruth. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's Ed Ruth 100%. Okay, it was versus Amosov. Yeah, decision
Okay.
unanimous. I was watching that fight and I was all high. I had smoked like 2 joints by myself at home, and I was watching the fight and I was like, bro, I swear to God, they have been fighting for 70 minutes. like insane, bro. I was
That's
like, they have fought like 17 rounds. What's going on? When is this going to end? They were moving like in a slow motion.
hilarious.
I
Yeah,
broke the matrix.
I've never done that before, and I have no plans to. So
It's
I'll take
impossible
the
to
word.
watch it. Impossible.
I've never even done it. I'm saying like I've never like done anything like that.
You have never smoked weed. Never once in your life. Bro, Andrew, you are a psychopath. It's not my thing, but I don't know. I'm not telling you should try speed or something.
No,
Weed.
I'm good. Yeah, I don't know about that. XFL product seems pretty rough. I haven't watched much of it yet, but I remember last go around I didn't like it. What else? We'll
Yeah,
be
of
back
course, of
next
course.
week
Miller,
for
Miller,
TV.
Miller said his eye is fucked in the fight. Miller is lucky to be alive. That was a fucking beatdown. You know what? Everybody was saying that if this goes 5 minutes, 39-year-old Jim Miller is going to pace Alexander Hernandez. Come on,
Crazy.
man. You know what really needs to happen somehow? Like a nice little run, Elkins, and maybe GSP. JSP is a good fight for Hernandez. I think he will kill him.
Yeah.
I think somehow we need to get Hernandez to beat the shit out of Jair. Like for me, I think he owes me that one to beat Jair Rodriguez to death.
How do you feel? Oh yeah, how do you feel that Yair Rodriguez is a UFC champion?
I mean, he's not a UFC champion.
He's an
Okay,
interim champion.
let's set this straight. Everybody's calling him a champion. He's not the champion. Okay, I'm sorry, but those are the facts. Nobody's Carlos Condit goes to get groceries, and nobody says, "Oh, this is Carlos Condit, ex UFC champion." No, nobody. He had a belt too. Am I lying? Nobody remembers Carlos
No.
Condit as the UFC champion. Nobody does remember Colby as the UFC champion.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Nobody, absolutely nobody. So yeah,
I
Jair is not the champion. He can keep that belt, whatever. And never going to be a champion. That would be so bad for the sport of MMA. That was disgusting, bro. I'm not sure about that game plan of letting Jair just kick the shit out of you for 3 minutes before starting fighting. He hurt him at some point, but then he was too hard to the body. Like he was fucked up.
yeah.
Jair will beat the living shit out of Hernandez. Tell me you know nothing about MMA without telling me. But Hernandez will get on Jair. Jair is not great. I know he beat Emmett, whatever. I'm going to bet TBA against Jair. If it's bulk. If it's whatever. I'm serious when I say that Jonathan Pierce will ruin Jair Rodriguez, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Topuria versus Jair. Oof.
That's a good point too.
Ali snitch on his.
So
He's such an idiot. Yeah, Jair, I agree. He's not top 15, bro.
I think he's gotten better. I'll say that.
Yeah, it was. I said it. It was his best performance by far.
Yeah, he looked good.
People, I mean, he's a horrible grappler. I know he submitted Emmett, but Emmett was dying. Okay, he was dying
And
of old age and to the body. He was fucking dying.
And Ortega, he submitted too.
Yeah, he invented a submission where you pop your shoulder. He looks at your shoulder and your shoulder pops. He was fucked up against Ortega. Like he was in a bad position.
I was at that fight.
That was disgusting. Like his whole run is disgusting. He's probably going to fight Volkanovski, and Volkanovski is going to twist an ankle or something.
No, Volk should be fine against him.
Bro, if Volkanovski beats Jair, I may quit MMA. Like if Jair beats Volkanovski, I may quit MMA. Like for 2 months. Or go to the mountains, never be seen again.
Could happen.
I don't like the guy.
Any given Saturday, as they say.
Any given Sunday. That's a movie, right?
It's a quote.
No, bro. Any given Sunday is not a movie about the NFL where Jamie Foxx is a quarterback or something. It's not called like that in the United States. Here it has another title.
No, there's a movie called it, but it was like a coach said it. I think the coach maybe said it in the movie. I don't know.
Yeah, Gombas blocked you, but you are here watching. You are a fan. It happens to me all the time
I didn't block you.
on
Oh,
Twitter.
maybe on Twitter. I mean, yeah, you kind of seem like an idiot. No disrespect. But you can still watch the podcast.
Yeah, that was a great moment. This fight is brought to you by Cocaine Bear. It was before Emmett versus Jair, I think.
I didn't even see that. It's funny.
He was shouting it. This fight is brought to you by Cocaine Bear.
Bruce Buffer said that.
I don't know if it was him or John Anik. I think it was Bruce Buffer. It was Bruce Buffer, yeah.
That's
And
hilarious.
now the co-main event of the evening. This fight is brought to you by Cocaine Bear. In the blue corner, the Mexican fraud.
No, not blocked because salty for losing a bet, dude. I'm
Bro,
like
get alive. What are you doing on YouTube? Talking to someone that blocked you. Stop being poor.
the people who think I get like salty over losing a bet or like try to talk shit to me, like I have nothing to say, bro. Like I look at my record or like my tax returns, even like I don't like I'm gonna lose bets every weekend. Probably I'm gonna lose bets every month. It's just gonna happen. I'm gonna win more than I lose. I'm not a perfect machine take, but I win more than I lose. And
I am, but the fighters fight stupid.
yeah, I mean it's just ridiculous when people like say that. Like I don't block people ever for like
I do.
unless you say something like unless you say something ridiculous, I won't block you on Twitter. I don't know.
That's the only reason you have a bigger following than me, if we are being honest. Because I blocked like 3,000 people.
You follow more people than I do, though.
Follow? Yeah, because
Yeah, you follow.
I have a lot of friends. Like I'm a cool,
Yeah,
friendly guy.
that's it. You follow 406. How many do I follow? I follow 217.
Okay, I'm going to unfollow 135 people right now. So if you don't make the cut, it's not personal. It's going to be just the best of them. Bro, this guy, I mean,
all right, you're getting blocked from the pod too. That's gonna be the last thing I do before I end this.
fuck them poors. What's wrong with people?
I don't know, man. But
I got a guy yesterday that I remember almost anyone that follows me and everything. And this guy has followed and unfollowed me like 6 times. You know, he wanted a follow back real bad. A lot of people do this for some reason. I'm not missing you following. I don't want to follow you back. If I don't do it, I didn't miss it. Trust me, I see everyone. And this guy did it a lot of times and was DMing me like, oh, great bet, great whatever, thanks, great insight. And he said like, I'm going to read it. It was so good.
like if at least I'll speak for myself. I won't speak for you, but the best way to get followed is just be cool and like interact with tweets. Like you don't need to just unfollow and follow. That'll make me like want to not talk to you.
He said, I went to high school, played the sports with Trevor Pick. Pick by knockout, definitely the move. I'm not biased. Just think UFC gives him one, maybe two opponents, blah, blah, blah. Dude's chin is ridiculous. Cardio is next level, man. And I said, he can win this fight. And he said, in my opinion, he will win this fight. And I said, he's minus 190, not a hot take. He fights a bum. And he's like, lol, all right, bro, just trying to help. Lol at fights a bum. You a fucking bum. And he blocks me.
Yeah, these people have it. But 95% of the people, maybe more on here, are like cool. So thanks, guys, for watching.
That's absolutely not true. 95% of the people are not cool on Twitter.
On our
on the post, yeah.
For sure.
Carlos Alcaraz won. We don't care about Alcaraz already in Spain. We already moved to the next prospect. This is like number one already.
All right, what else you got? I'm ready to sign off.
I don't know. Yeah, the Jake Paul fight, I don't know what's going to happen, honestly. They are both real, but I may bet the draw.
Jake's going to win, I think.
I don't know.
All right, thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next week. Big pay-per-view card. So
this is the take. Tattooing Dream. This is the real take.
Yeah, that I meant like our community. We have a good crew for the most part. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. We'll see you next week. Pay-per-view card. Best of luck on Saturday. Like and subscribe. Peace.